especially Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or North Node / Rahu. Welcome or welcome back. So, as usual, if you are a cross watcher and you find that this resonates, then that's fine. Claim it. Energies can sometimes be interchangeable. But please be mindful and respectful for those that this reading is intended for. Also, you could just be resonating in this energy. Let's say you clicked on it because you resonated with the title, if you're watching this on my YouTube. And that's completely fine. You know, if you're resonating with the title, or you feel like that reminds you of your situation in some way, then maybe there is a message for you there. So just keep an open mind as to how messages can get to you or come towards you. So, that being said, I'm going to jump into this Cancer reading. First, I want to say that I actually saw some black smoke being released, and I feel like my Cancers are letting go of a lot of negativity in their lives, particularly that's connected to their past. I feel as if it's been difficult to let go of the past, and because of that, I felt really drawn towards this Septarian gemstone here, which represents transformation. Okay, so I feel like you may be shedding maybe your past self, or your old lifestyle, or an old way of thinking, or letting go of the person that you thought you would always end up with, you know. Or for some of you, you could be also dealing with a death. Maybe somebody near and dear to you has passed, and maybe you've held on to, for example, a lot of their things. You refuse to change up the decor of your home, or maybe you've kept their clothes, and we're just kind of reminiscing and living in the past because that's all you had left of them. And maybe you're turning a new leaf now and you're realizing, you know, it's been difficult, but there's something that's nudging me forward. And, you know, if that's the case, some of you may be experiencing guilt. Maybe if you are letting go, especially of a loved one that has passed and their items along with them, and you feel guilty for moving on. This, I feel like, is confirmation for you that that's okay. You don't have to feel guilt, you know. That individual in your life, they came in for a reason. They impacted your life for a reason, probably more than one. And, you know, they have to move on with their life too. Their soul lives on. Of course, if you believe in that. I personally do. And I believe that their soul has moved on, lived on. It served its purpose here. And part of that was with you. So honor, you know, the moment that you guys have shared, and know that, you know, not only you are letting go, but they had to as well. So, yeah, also with that as well, I don't know, maybe you're also getting into mediumship. Doesn't have to be, or maybe that's something that you're really drawn towards at this time. Or some of you could maybe were born mediums, and maybe you kind of like suppress this gift, but you're really curious about maybe exercising this gift. Okay, let's see what's going on here with the Astro Dice for those resonating in this energy. Okay, we have Sagittarius, we have Mars, and we have the 7th house. Okay. Oh yeah, so I really feel here that you're dealing with a lot of different people at this time. And I feel like you're trying to move forward, but maybe there are people in your way, or maybe you feel like you have too many responsibilities to focus on your own goals and aspirations. I don't know, maybe you're a manager, or again, you just have so many responsibilities within your own home, within your own personal life, that it's really difficult to balance the two. And that's something that I'm feeling here as well. Also, if you are in a relationship, you may possibly be dealing with some conflicts in your relationship, maybe with belief systems, or you know, maybe you guys are trying to find some kind of middle ground, and you know, kind of agreeing to disagree in other areas as well. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get into oracles and then the tarot. So what is going on here for my Cancerian energies? Okay. So we have Aries. Bottom of the deck, we have air. Yeah, so I feel like there is a rebirth. There's some kind of new beginning that you're stepping into. But this new beginning doesn't necessarily come easy. I feel like you're breaking away from the past and a lot of different challenges, and maybe even trying to maneuver through people, maybe their requests or demands or expectations of you as well. Even though some others may see you as rude at times, for maybe prioritizing yourself, it's like right now I feel like you're kind of being unapologetically yourself, and again, that may be rubbing people the wrong way. But here I'm feeling, hey, you know, I have some goals that I need to achieve. I am my own person as well, you know, and what I have to offer and what I have to give, I feel like is really important towards the goals that I want to achieve. Like I could bring something different to the table here. And so I feel like that is at the forefront of your mind. And I feel like you're really tired of being stationary or just being stuck. So I feel like there's going to be a breakthrough, or you're hoping for a breakthrough. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else is going on for those resonating in this Cancerian energy. Again, you don't have to be a Cancer to resonate with this. You could just be in this energy. Maybe we've crossed paths for a reason. So keep an open mind. Going on for Cancer in regards to this. What direction are you headed? Okay. So we have full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. Have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. Okay, they want me to put that over here. And we have surrender to the divine full moon. Yeah, so I do feel like with all this full energy here, full moon energy, that again, like something is coming to a completion. And I'm seeing the number 10 in my mind, you know. 10 is the end of a cycle, but because it also reduces to the number 1, it's also the beginning of a new one. So hopefully it's a different cycle this time. We're all hoping for that. But with the full moon in Cancer card, I do feel as if you're cautious. You have some fears. You have some reservations. You're not letting that stop you because, again, you have the willpower of this fiery Aries energy on your side. But at the same time, you're not going to act on impulse like an Aries. Or should I say like an immature Aries? I don't want to offend people here. Of course, there are different vibrations for different signs, right? And there are different maturity levels as well. But with you, you're like, okay, I have the drive. I have the ego. I have, you know, I have the willpower. But it's like, I may not know all the answers, but I do know that I'm persistent and hardworking, and I want to get towards my goal. With a surrender to the divine card, it's, you know, things are kind of out of your control, and it's accepting the fact that you're kind of having to work with the tides, the changes of the tides here, so to speak, right? Like the moon, it waxes and it wanes. And so I feel like it's timing things correctly. That may be a strategy you might adopt, you know, in listening to your intuition when it comes to the proper timing of certain actions. I feel like it's going to serve to your benefit. And with have faith in your dreams, you know, this is, don't allow your fears and your doubts to get the best or get the better of you. You know, you have a desire you want to fulfill. You have a goal, you have a dream that you want to fulfill. Just because, you know, you may not be at all near close where you would like to be, doesn't necessarily mean that isn't for you, or that it will never be. So I feel like confidence is something that you are working towards or working on every day, every single day. So with that being said, I kind of want to pull an angel card for you as well to see what angel entity you are possibly working with, or the energy that's working with you. Alright, Spirit. Okay. So we have the Six of Swords, the gentle God, perception of unity, protects against accidents, heals the sick. And it's Anawel. I'm probably butchering that. I apologize. But just the Six of Swords energy right off the bat. When I think of it, I think of moving to calmer waters, you know. And so again, there is this moving on, I feel, from the past. I also feel, again, it's about letting go as well. Letting go of something that didn't happen the way you had hoped. Because I feel like that's one of the biggest things that you may be grieving on right now, or grieving about right now, is the fact that something, possibly a relationship for most of you, didn't happen. It didn't work out. You know, and it's really difficult for you to possibly let this go and let bygones be bygones and accept this fate. Because maybe you worked so hard at this. Maybe, you know, you wanted this so badly. You nearly did everything to try to make this work. And it just didn't. It fell apart. And so now you're left with this image of the past and possibly what could have been. And again, I feel like that's something that you're working on, is letting go of that old vision. Okay? And also letting go of the fear that the vision that you have now of your future, you know, is going to end the same way. Because again, you have the fear that it's going to play out a second time. Let me read this really quickly and see what we can gather from the booklet. And I also wanted to look up the pronunciation. And apparently the pronunciation is Anauel. Anauel. And as far as the choir is archangels. And it says, serve the Lord with gladness, come before his presence with singing. Those born under Anuel will have a subtle and ingenuous spirit. They will distinguish themselves through their industry and actions. Anuel protects against accidents, preserves health, and cures illnesses, and rules over commerce, bankers, businessmen, and clerks. Yeah. So this I want to say, I feel like in some ways you kind of play it safe. Yes, you may have a lot of desires, or you may have a particular desire, but you know, you move like this crab. You're meticulous, maybe you're a little detail oriented, very particular, possibly a little OCD about how you do things. But you are a hard worker, you get things done, and I feel like you are practical in a lot of ways about your work. Oh no, I know we see a lot of fire here, but I'm also feeling earthy energy as well. Okay, so I am going to pull more cards for you and see what else we have going on. I've been really drawn towards one of my animal decks lately. What deck is this? It's called Spirit Animal Tarot deck. I'm really drawn towards this lately. If any of you are curious, that's what the deck is called. Okay, one more shuffle here. I'm gonna see. I kind of want to see more about this past situation to kind of give you more clarity on this, and those of you that are possibly still questioning if this is your reading, and also the future. Maybe one card from the present, for the present. Let's see what we have, what you were dealing with in the past. We have the nurture of branches in the reverse. The guardian of branches in the upright. Yeah, for a lot of you, this is in regards to a relationship for sure. The spirit of freedom in the reverse. We have the seeker of fossils. Here's that earth energy. There you are, right in the middle. Okay, we have Lion, ruler of the open heart, and future outcome here for my Cancerians. We have Two of Fossils, monkey. We have Cow Mother. And one more to balance this out. Okay. We have Toad, Three of Branches. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have Trickster in the reverse. All right. So, let me get into this. So in the past, I feel like you and the person that you were dealing with were, I don't know, it's almost as if like you guys had different expectations, or you saw this relationship differently. That's really how I'm feeling here. For some of you also, the person that you were dealing with, maybe you were a bit intimidated by them. Or flip it, obviously, if you find that you resonate with more so with the other energy. But I feel like for a lot of you here, you were intimidated by your person in some way. Maybe you're a bit fearful. I don't know, maybe they had anger issues, or like they weren't mean often, or they weren't angry often, but when they were, I'm hearing their roar was ferocious. So maybe you tried to avoid making this person mad or upset. And maybe in some ways, like, you felt like you couldn't really be yourself around this person. Maybe it almost felt as if you were walking on eggshells. Also, for some of you here, this person could have been, maybe played an important role. It could have been a father, or someone that people often looked up to, or possibly even come from a royal family, or a family that had some kind of legacy, or some kind of honorable family in some way. I don't know, I feel like this person has some kind of power that you were one, curious about, but also weren't really sure if they would abuse their power, or they would use it against you, or that they could lash out against you and possibly ruin your reputation. There's something along those lines here. But I almost feel like as if your person they didn't give you the attention that you wanted. Again, they may have been prioritizing work, or things that they found more important. And I feel like you felt like you were kind of like maybe on the back burner here. You were kind of lesser than this person. So that's kind of what I'm feeling here. I'm also going to be honest, with this energy, there also may have been other interested parties. So I feel like other people were very much interested in your person from this past energy. For a lot of them, it was because I don't know, they found that they could get something from your person. So again, like maybe your person has status or money or some kind of power here or influence. But we're here with the Seeker of Fossils in the present. And I feel like you moved away from that. Maybe this relationship was just too intense, or maybe it just kind of fell off on its own. Maybe it had its own tower moment that we're not even really discussing or looking into here, because maybe it's just not that important anymore for some of you. But I don't know, it's kind of weird because I'm almost feeling now that some of you still may be missing this person from your past. It's like maybe you moved away from them. Maybe you literally moved away from them for some of you. But as you're looking back at them, maybe you kind of sabotaged the relationship, and maybe you were just too intimidated by them, or maybe you were afraid. But I feel like you're also searching for your own independence as well with the Seeker of Fossils. It's like you want to be courageous and independent and fierce as well. So that's in some ways who you strive to be. Also, there's an energy here of a father figure, maybe. Maybe you really look up to your father, or there is like a father figure that maybe you admire. But maybe you feel also that you could really use a father's guidance, okay, at this moment in time. Because with the Two of Fossils here, moving forward, you're not really sure which direction to go. And maybe you and with the Three of Branches, your friends are also indecisive as to what is the best action to take. With the Earth Mother here, the cow. This could be an external energy. Maybe you're going to also be looking towards a feminine energy here, possibly a mother as well, for support or for advice about these decisions that you have to make. Okay. I also feel like you're not being as transparent with the people around you as well. Maybe it's because you're not really sure who you can trust. For whatever reason, you feel like you have to keep your own counsel. That's just something that I'm feeling here as well. Okay. Alright, I'm going to pull 2 more cards here, and then I'm going to finish this reading. Okay. So, what is your heart chakra saying here? You have cleanse, yeah. So, For one, I feel like this is letting go. Letting go of control. And, you know, taking practical steps forward. And being a little bit more grounded instead of flighty. But also at the same time, I feel like this is also about letting go. Or, I'm sorry, at the same time, this is also about going with the flow. That's what I meant to say. Kind of like, what does this say? I think one of the messages here was faith in your dreams, but the other one was surrender to the divine, I think. Right, I think it was actually under this. Yeah, there we go. Surrender to the divine. So I feel like this is, you know, surrender to the possibilities that may lie ahead for you. And also, I do feel like you're going to come upon people that are very possibly cerebral. Kind of like looking out for themselves as well, you know? And maybe you're not really quite sure about like their advice or what they're telling you, especially if like you have other people maybe pining for the same things, or after like similar goals or something like this. I don't know, it's almost as if like you're thrown into a very uncomfortable position, and all you really want is to feel secure and grounded. I think that's why we have the Earth Mother here as well, is that like you don't want to have to deal with all this. Maybe this competition with other people, or dealings with other people that again may not have the best intentions for you. You just want to be comfortable and in your own space. So I'm going to pull an advice card for you, because I also very much feel as if you've moved away from relationships, or a particular relationship, and it's more like you're focusing on finding yourself. Okay, that's just kind of how I'm feeling here. Maybe also focused on work or a business, maybe even. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh my gosh. So we have this. We have sacred union, honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. So I feel like for a lot of you here as well, like you still miss this person from your past. I feel like you're still thinking about them. And maybe for some of you, if it's been some years, this person could be a father now. Maybe have kids of their own, if it's been some years, right? That you haven't been in communication with this person. But I feel like if that's the case, maybe you yearn for them sometimes. Okay, when your heart opens up, you're able to be open and honest with yourself. I feel like you yearn for them. Maybe you also miss the friendship as well. Let me see, anything else, Spirit? Okay. Bottom of the deck also we have, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. And we also have passion, a magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. And we have, when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Wow. So with this, I feel like you're stepping into like some kind of new beginning here. And I feel like that's why we have this Aries energy here and the Sagittarius and Mars energy. I feel like in the near future here, as you kind of step into more of your self-confidence, I feel like you're going to start to rediscover your sexuality again, or, you know, feeling yourself again in some kind of way. Maybe it's been a long time. I really also feel as if some of you here may be in a third party situation, but I almost feel like as if like right now you're kind of enjoying the heat of the moment, or you're going to be very soon. If there's a third party and for whatever reason, let's say you're also kind of seeing someone else, then, you know, I feel like you're going to enjoy the sexual aspect of this connection. I feel like this is more about celebrating, honestly, yourself more than anything else. So that's really what I feel here for my Cancerians. Okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. And if this resonated, please like and follow. And possibly subscribe to my YouTube channel if you feel prompted, which is Soup for the Soul Tarot. You can find me through the link in my bio, as well as through the icon in my bio as well, or you could type it in as well. It's Soup for the Soul Tarot, and it's the number 4, the digit 4, and it's not spelled out. So if you type it in and you put F-O-R or F-O-U-R, it probably won't come up, or I'd be surprised if it did, but it's Soup, the number 4, the Soul Tarot. Alright guys, I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow, but I have to go. Bye.